Hi, welcome back. Today I want to talk to you about lack of motivation. If you feel that you don't have enough motivation, or even you are calling yourself lazy, then in this video, I want to give you 7 keys to unlock that inner motivation and inner energy. Maybe you are already a very busy person, but there is something that you want to do for yourself, something that would be good for you, and you know that you should be doing it, but you are not doing it. So initially, when I was inspired to make this video, I thought, oh yeah, there are those 2 secrets to get motivated. But when I sat down and thought about it, I found 5 more, and all of them I was dealing with in my own life. And some of them I still have to face and I still have to manage. So I'm going to give you the obvious in the beginning, and then here I'm going to spend more time on the bottom ones. I stopped calling myself lazy a couple years ago because it was a dead-end street and it was a lie. I was busy, I was doing something, sometimes more difficult things, and I still called myself lazy. And it was because there was this bigger thing that I wanted to do, and I felt resistance. Okay. So I told myself I'm lazy, but the truth was I had to overcome some internal blocks in order to do this, to overcome that internal resistance that definitely didn't have anything to do with laziness. When you realize this is a lie, then something unlocks, the gates unlock. There are many other reasons why you are not doing what you are not doing. So if you also call yourself lazy sometimes, what if it was no longer an option? Let's take a look at the keys to greater natural motivation. Some time ago, I recorded a video about external motivation, when other people motivate you, and I will link it below. But this is usually the kind of motivation that lasts for 4 days, and then the first reason you might feel unmotivated is because you are exhausted already. Maybe you are tired, maybe you lack sleep, maybe you are trying to pour out of empty glass, and here you are putting another unreasonable expectation on yourself, unreasonable demand on yourself, while you are already exhausted. So first you will need to rest, restore, re-energize yourself, and maybe drop some obligations that you have that drain your energy. Number 2, you are depressed and you don't even know it. There is this low hum of depression underneath your life. Maybe you have a reason for it, or maybe not. So take care of this, because depression and apathy is draining your mental and physical energy. And that's why you are not doing what you want to do. The third reason you may not feel motivated is your intuition is stopping you from actually moving forward with something. And this one is tricky because you will not know that that was the case until some time passes, and then you will discover, oh, now I understand. On one hand, it was reasonable and logical to do something, but on the other hand, something was stopping you. You didn't understand what it is, but on the other side of it, you understand and you see that, okay, there was a good reason why I didn't pursue something. The fourth reason you may not have motivation to do something are underlying commitments and conflicting commitments. And those are quite easy to discover in a conversation, in coaching, or in hypnotherapy. There's actually a method that I love so much to discover inner conflicts and solve them. Sometimes you may not be aware of them, but an example may be a part of you wants to eat in a healthy way, or maybe exercise, maybe lose weight, but your partner doesn't. Maybe you want to do this, but the rest of your family is actually criticizing healthy eating. So, of course, usually our need for belonging with other people will overpower our desire for physical well-being. Okay, now we are getting closer to more exciting stuff. So the fifth reason you lack motivation is feelings. So unmotivated and lazy are just the surface feelings, but there is something deeper underneath. Maybe you are not pursuing what you want to pursue because you feel self-doubt, self-criticism, you don't feel confident in this area. Example, an aspiring writer, he or she looks at the Amazon list and says, there are already 150,000 books on this subject. Why would I write another book on this subject? There is no reason. And that, of course, creates a sense of self-doubt and lack of purpose. You may also imagine yourself in the future when you already have what you are working towards, and you imagine the negative feelings, having negative feelings later in the future once you have what you are working on. So it sounds kind of crazy, but it happens all the time. Example, you want a higher position in the company because it will give you more money, but also you will have less flexibility and you will have more responsibilities, and you don't like that feeling. You are stressing ahead of time. Or it's also a common thing with people who are losing weight. As soon as they get closer to their desired weight, as soon as they look in the mirror and they see how attractive they are now, they do something to sabotage themselves. So what do we do with this? Because I just gave you examples of how those feelings may be draining your motivation. Yes, it is true that we're supposed to honor our feelings, but it's also true that we feel certain feelings because we tell ourselves lies. We fill our minds with limiting beliefs that sabotage what we want. And we simply want to uncover those lies and those limiting beliefs. And when we do that, you will see why you had those feelings. From this place, you can choose what you want to feel. This is also tricky because you could spend a lot of time coaching yourself on your feelings and on your mindset, and nothing really changes, and you are still not taking action. Why? Sometimes you are overthinking. Once somebody told me, that you don't really have to be motivated to do this. You can simply dread it and do it. With that feeling that you have right now, you don't have to feel motivated to exercise. You don't have to feel motivated to write your book. No, you can just do it with whatever feelings you feel in the moment. And here are the two original keys, the secrets to unlock the inner motivation that I thought about in the beginning. One is your connection to the spirit. I often say you don't need motivation, you need inspiration. Because when you are inspired, there is this inner energy that is mental, subtle, and physical energy that is now propelling you to go after what you want. So, how inspired are you? When you connect to your spirit, you will feel on purpose. There will be more meaning, there will be drive, a sense of direction. And the last key to better motivation, to stronger motivation, is connection to the future self that already has what you want to create. That means if you want to write a book, it means the connection to the future self with the book already published. And it's so much easier because that future you is pulling you forward and is inspiring you more. People say, Joanna, it's hard to practice this future self thinking. It's not natural. I know, because it's so much easier to think the way we think based on the results that we already see as proof in our lives. Future thinking requires that we use more of our imagination. And yes, it does take a lot of energy. So if you struggle with this part, consider hypnosis or self-hypnosis guided meditations created specifically to help you with this goal. And this is what we do in hypnotherapy. When we go to the subconscious mind, this is our rehearsal room you can rehearse in your mind actually doing something that you want to do. Plus, of course, you would be discovering a lot of things along the way about yourself and this goal. Please let me know which of these keys you resonated most with. And if you want me to expand on any of them, please also comment. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click that button and the bell and share this video with a friend who may need to hear it.